Shocker travel alert. 6 travel scams that almost got us. Don't fall for these. 3 months ago, I almost handed over $8,000 to a scammer. And I consider myself pretty savvy. The worst part, I was standing in our hotel lobby, looking at what appeared to be a legitimate email from our hotel, ready to re-enter my credit card details because of a supposed payment error. It wasn't until my husband said, "Wait, why would they email instead of just calling the front desk?" that I realized something was off. That moment of doubt saved us thousands. But here's the scary truth. Travel scams have exploded 900% in the last 18 months, and they're more sophisticated than ever. Today, I'm sharing 6 scams that almost got us, our family, or people we met on our travels. Some of these are happening in cruise ports right now. And if you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and let's protect each other out there. Number 1, the Booking.com phishing nightmare. This is the one that almost got me, and it's terrifying because everything looked perfect. We had booked a hotel in Barcelona through Booking.com about 2 weeks before our Mediterranean cruise. Then, 3 days before we were supposed to check in, I got a message. Not an email, a message through the official Booking.com app. That's what made it so convincing. The message said there was a problem with my credit card authorization and that I needed to verify my payment information immediately or our reservation would be canceled. Here's where it gets really clever. The message included our actual names, our correct check-in date, the exact price we paid, and even the room type. Everything was accurate. The message had a link that said verify payment. I clicked it. Big mistake. Well, almost a big mistake. The website that opened looked exactly like Booking.com. Same logo, same colors, same layout. It even had the little security badge at the bottom. I was about to enter my card number when my husband walked by and asked why I was doing this on my phone instead of just calling the hotel directly. That question saved us. When we called the actual hotel, they confirmed everything was fine with our reservation. No payment issues whatsoever. So what was happening? Here's the truth. Hackers are breaking into hotel accounts on Booking.com by sending them phishing emails disguised as guest inquiries. Once they're in the system, they have access to everything. Guest names, booking dates, prices, credit card information. Then they use Booking.com's actual messaging system to send these fake alerts. That's why it appeared in my official app. That's why all the information was correct. And here's the terrifying part. According to security reports, over 85 million of these fake messages were blocked in 2023 alone. But plenty still get through. Australia saw a 580% surge in these scams in 2024, with victims losing over $337,000. One person lost $25,000 when their actual credit card was charged by scammers who had their complete information. The fix? Never click links in booking messages, even if they appear in the official app. If there's a payment problem, contact the property directly using the phone number from their official website. Not the number in the message, the actual website. And here's a pro tip most travelers don't know. Turn on two-factor authentication in your Booking.com account. It won't stop the hotel's account from being hacked, but it adds a layer of protection to your personal information. Number 2, the Nassau beauty shop trap. This one is absolutely chilling, and it happened to people on our last cruise. We were on Carnival Freedom, and we had an unexpected stop in Nassau, Bahamas. A couple we'd been chatting with at dinner disappeared for 5 hours during our port day. When we saw them that night, they looked shaken. Here's what happened. They got off the ship and were immediately approached by a friendly woman named Selena, who offered them a free facial at a nearby shop. They thought, why not? We've got time. From the moment they walked into that shop, they were served alcohol, continuously. At 9 a.m., the woman applied products near their eyes and then came the sales pitch. You have cancer, they told the husband. Our products can cure it. Celebrities use them. They're coming soon. For 5 hours, this couple was separated, served more alcohol, and pressured to buy products. By the time they left, their credit cards had been charged $30,000. That included an $8,000 heat therapy wand and thousands more in creams and devices. But it gets worse. Multiple people have reported similar experiences from Nassau beauty shops. And here's the terrifying pattern. Victims described feeling unusually impaired, more than alcohol alone would explain. They made video testimonials while clearly not in their right mind. These videos are then used to scam future victims. The husband and wife we met filed disputes with their credit card company and got most of their money back, but the psychological impact was devastating. They felt violated, and according to Consumer Rescue reports, they're not alone. Multiple families have lost $10,000 to $30,000 in nearly identical scenarios at Nassau beauty shops in 2024. The lesson? If you're approached with any free offer in port, especially one that involves going to a secondary location, just say no. Walk away. It doesn't matter how friendly they seem or how legitimate it looks. Real businesses don't aggressively approach cruise passengers with free services. And if you do accept any service in port and start feeling unusually disoriented, leave immediately and return to the ship. Number 3. The fake hotel Wi-Fi heist. This one happened to a family member, and it cost them thousands in stolen points and a massive headache. They were flying to meet us for a cruise, had a layover in the US, and decided to use the free airport Wi-Fi to check their travel loyalty account. Seemed harmless, right? Wrong. Within 24 hours, tens of thousands of points were drained from their account. Points worth actual thousands of dollars. Gone. What they didn't know was that the Wi-Fi network they connected to wasn't the real airport Wi-Fi. It was an evil twin network set up by scammers. Here's how it works. Criminals set up fake Wi-Fi networks with names that look almost identical to legitimate ones. Airport free Wi-Fi instead of airport free Wi-Fi. One little underscore. That's all it takes. When you connect, you're asked to log in with your email or social media. That page looks real, but it's actually capturing your credentials. From there, scammers access your accounts, steal your information, and drain any value they can find. In Australia, a 42-year-old man was arrested in 2024 for doing exactly this on domestic flights and in 3 major airports. He created fake Wi-Fi networks and captured credentials from dozens of passengers. The scary part is how common this has become. FBI warnings went out throughout 2024 about fake airport and hotel Wi-Fi. And it's not just points they steal. They can access your banking information, your emails, even hijack your accounts to scam your contacts. One Canada Air passenger had their entire loyalty account emptied during a simple layover. So what's the solution? First, never connect to public Wi-Fi for anything involving money or passwords. If you absolutely need to check something financial, use your phone's cellular data instead. Second, if you must use public Wi-Fi, use a VPN. It encrypts your connection, so even if the network is fake, they can't see what you're doing. And third, look very carefully at the Wi-Fi network name. One wrong letter or extra character means it's fake. When in doubt, ask an actual employee what the correct network name is. Number 4, the taxi credit card malfunction. We experienced this twice on our recent river cruise through Europe, once in Munich, once in Budapest. Both times, completely different circumstances, but the exact same scam. In Munich, we took a taxi from the train station to our hotel. It was about a 15-minute ride. When we arrived, the driver told us his credit card machine wasn't working, cash only. Now we always carry some cash for tips and small purchases, so we paid. But I noticed something strange. The driver seemed very prepared for this. He immediately offered to drive us to an ATM when we said we might not have enough. It was almost like he expected the credit card machine to be broken. Then it happened again in Budapest. We took a taxi to the airport for our flight home. Same story. Oh, the machine isn't working. I'll drive you to an ATM. But this time, we were already at the airport. I did not want to leave and risk missing our flight. So the driver suddenly said, "Let me try the machine one more time." And guess what? Miraculously, it worked. Here's what's really happening. It's not a broken machine. It's a deliberate scam to either overcharge you by paying in cash with a bad exchange rate or to take you to an ATM where they can see your PIN or even install skimming devices to steal your card information. In Budapest specifically, this has become so common that it's documented as somewhat prevalent in 2024 reports. And depending on where you are, the consequences vary. In Budapest, we were overcharged by about €5 because we only had euros, and they charged terrible exchange rates. But I've read stories of people being taken to isolated ATMs and robbed. One family was charged $1,000 for a taxi ride from Cancun Airport that should have cost $25. The driver claimed the meter was broken and demanded cash payment. The fix? Before you get in any taxi, ask the driver, "Does your credit card machine work?" If they hesitate or say no, get a different taxi. Also, always have some cash in local currency, but not a lot, just enough for small expenses. That way you're not completely vulnerable if this happens, but you're also not carrying so much that you become a target. And if you're at the airport and a driver claims the machine is broken, stay firm. Tell them you'll file a complaint with the airport taxi authority if they can't process credit cards. 9 times out of 10, the machine will suddenly start working. Number 5, the Airbnb Deposit Disappearing Act. My sister experienced this one in June 2024, and she lost $11,348. Let me tell you the whole story because it's a masterclass in manipulation. She was planning a family trip and found a beautiful property on Airbnb. Multiple bedrooms, great reviews, perfect location. She booked it through the Airbnb platform. Everything seemed normal. Then she got a message from the host through Airbnb's messaging system. The host said that Airbnb's payment processing was having issues and suggested paying outside the platform to secure the reservation and avoid fees. The host even offered a small discount if my sister paid directly via Zelle. The message said, "I've had problems with Airbnb payments before. This way is faster and you save money." My sister thought about it and decided, well, we're already communicating through Airbnb. This person has reviews, it should be fine. So she sent $11,348 via Zelle for the March booking. Fast forward to 2 weeks before the trip. My sister needed to cancel due to a family emergency. She reached out to the host for a refund according to the cancellation policy. No response. She messaged again. No response. She called Zelle. They said once money is sent, they can't reverse it. She contacted Airbnb. They said because payment happened outside their platform, they couldn't help. That $11,348 was gone. And here's the brutal truth. This is one of the most common scams of 2024. The Better Business Bureau specifically called out off-platform payment requests as newly common in their 2024 report. 2 people were indicted in a massive scheme where they created nearly 100 fake Airbnb and VRBO properties, scammed over 10,000 reservations, and stole $8.5 million. The rule is ironclad. Never, ever, ever pay for vacation rentals outside the booking platform. Not through Venmo, not through Zelle, not through wire transfer, not through cryptocurrency. I don't care what excuse they give. Airbnb fees are too high. The system is down. You'll save money. None of that matters. The moment you pay outside the platform, you lose all protection. Every legitimate host knows this. If someone asks you to pay off platform, report them immediately and find a different property. Number 6. The Google search customer service trap. This almost happened to another couple we met on our cruise. They needed to make a change to their reservation and Googled Royal Caribbean customer service. The first result was a sponsored ad. It looked official. Royal Caribbean logo, professional website, phone number prominently displayed. They called it. The person who answered said there was a problem with their reservation. A new docking fee had been added. $600 total. They needed to pay it immediately or they'd lose their cabin. The couple was about to give their credit card over the phone when they thought, wait, why didn't Royal Caribbean email us about this? They hung up and called the number printed on their actual booking confirmation. Royal Caribbean had no idea what they were talking about. No docking fee, no problem with the reservation. That phone number wasn't Royal Caribbean at all. It was scammers who paid Google to place their fake number above the real results. This scam has absolutely exploded in 2024 and 2025. Norwegian Cruise Line reported one passenger lost nearly $20,000 to these fake phone scammers demanding payment for fabricated flight and docking fees. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian all issued warnings throughout 2024 about Google malvertising. The scammers are sophisticated. They answer with Royal Caribbean guest services or whatever cruise line you're calling. They have your reservation number if you give it to them. They sound professional, and they create urgency. If you don't pay this now, your cabin will be reassigned. The protection is simple but requires discipline. Never call a customer service number from a Google search, especially sponsored results. Instead, look at your booking confirmation, your credit card statement, or type the cruise line's website address directly into your browser. Get the phone number from there. I know it takes an extra 30 seconds, but those 30 seconds could save you $20,000. And if anyone on the phone creates urgency about immediate payment, hang up. Legitimate cruise lines will email you about charges. They'll document everything. They won't demand payment over the phone with threats. Now look, I know this video covered some scary stuff, but here's the thing. Every single one of these scams is preventable. You just need to know the warning signs. Use credit cards for everything related to travel. Never pay outside official platforms. Don't click links in messages, even if they look real. Verify everything by calling numbers from official websites, not from Google searches or messages. Be skeptical of free offers in port and trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. If this video helped you avoid even one of these scams, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. And please subscribe to this channel and drop a comment below saying, Cruise Smart, so I know you're part of the community that's staying ahead of these scammers. Share this video with anyone you know who's planning a trip. Let's protect each other out there, because the best defense against scams is knowledge, and now you have it. Safe travels, everyone, and remember, a few extra seconds of verification can save you thousands of dollars and a ruined vacation.